hidden dangers. My name is Mae Donovan. I used to be a war correspondent, and now I'm the most expensive private investigator in New York. I've handled over 100 cases: infidelity, corporate espionage, missing persons, insurance fraud. I help others uncover the truths they've lost, yet I never imagined the biggest lie was hidden within my own home. My husband's name is Davis Carter. We have been married for 7 years. He is an almost perfect husband, yet I work as a private investigator, and my professional instinct tells me that any seemingly flawless man harbors hidden dangers. Is the market price of a piece of Yun blue and white porcelain only 40,000 yuan? Any genuine Yun blue and white cultural velt is worth over 1 million yuans, unless it is a counterfeit. I hid the receipt and planned to look into this matter myself. He has only used this one password because I've looked into his past. In the days that followed, I used every professional skill I possessed to investigate my husband. I tracked the location of his phone, supposedly his work phone, but that was the new phone I gave him for his birthday. He took it without hesitation because I had installed location tracking software on that device. His business trip itinerary is genuine. He did fly to those cities. However, the length of time he stayed in each city did not match what he told me. He claimed that he had stayed in Hong Kong for 5 days, but location data shows he went to Macau on the 4th day. He said he had stayed in Paris for a week. However, his cell phone signal appeared in a small town on the Swiss border on the 3rd day. The small town is famous for its private banks and art storage facilities. I hacked into his work email. I didn't use any hacking tools. The password I used was made up of his birthday and wedding anniversary.
Login successful.
He has only used this one password his entire life since college. That was his biggest weakness. He never imagined anyone would investigate him. There are hundreds of client correspondence emails in the inbox, mostly about regular auction businesses. However, more than a dozen emails contain encrypted attachments. The password for the attachment is the name of his first girlfriend. I know this because I've looked into his past. That's the skill of a private detective.
The character Day virtue lacks one horizontal stroke.
My next step is to verify the authenticity of those antiques. I need an expert. I found someone, Elena Volkov, former curator of the Department of Asian Art at the Metropolitan Museum of Art. She now works as an independent appraiser. She is a woman with a strange temperament, never married in her life, and her only hobby is playing chess.
But she can judge porcelain as accurately as I judge people. All 3 of these are counterfeits. The second imitation is the best, but the bottom inscription, "May we Shuderate Ming Dynasty," was written correctly. The character Day virtue lacks one horizontal stroke. Authentic Shundai of Quatsim pieces indeed omit that horizontal stroke that's on the market, feature that extra horizontal stroke as modern people are accustomed to the character form with the stroke included. This single stroke difference is the divide between truth and falsehood.
Elena, I need you to put the appraisal results into a written report.
What do you need this for?
I cannot tell you the source, but this report will be of great importance.
Take it. Bring some good tea when you come to see me next time.
It's not because I hate him. One cannot live in lies. I printed out the email and filed it under the Davis dossier. The file already has 87 pages. Location records, email correspondence, and bank transfers. Obtain the counterfeit identification report. Every single clue points to one truth. My husband is far more than just a middleman. He may be a core member of a transnational counterfeit smuggling ring. I started suffering from insomnia. It's not because I'm scared, but because I don't know what to do. If I expose him, my son will lose his father. If I don't expose him, more buyers will be scammed. Those buyers spend millions on a fake, thinking they have collected a piece of history. In fact, you only bought a lie. It's like I married someone I thought was real. It is actually just a lie. Later, I made a decision. I will organize all the evidence into a report. Then, in an occasion where everyone is present, let it get exposed. It's not because I hate him, it's because I can't pretend I don't know any more. The husband of a private detective, one cannot live in lies.
It took me a long time to organize the Davis files into a complete set. Due diligence report. This report is the standard deliverable provided by private investigators to their clients. The only difference is that the client of this report isn't me. It is justice. The subject under investigation in the report is my husband. On the day I finished the report, I printed 2 copies. One copy is locked in the office safe. The other copy is in my backpack. Playoff procedure for the raffle segment.
We stayed in Florence for 2 when he sees me again.
That shipment can't wait any longer. The buyer has already paid the deposit.
He's starting to hide things, not because he thinks I've found out, but because he's getting more nervous himself. A liar's greatest enemy isn't the victim, it's their own fear. He's starting to hide things, not because he thinks I've found out, but because he's getting more nervous himself. A liar's greatest enemy isn't the victim, it's their own fear.
Mommy, when are you coming back?
Soon. I'm not lying to him. I just don't know. When he sees me again, will I still be the same mother I used to be? The night before the gala, Davis didn't come home. He sent a message saying there was an emergency meeting and he'd be staying at a hotel. I replied with a single okay, then began reviewing my report. 87 pages. I knew every piece of evidence by heart. I no longer needed to read it. What I needed was courage. What to wear? I thought about this for a long time. In the end, I didn't choose an evening gown. No jewelry, no red lipstick, hair tied back. When everyone looks at this face tomorrow, I want them to remember not the chairman's wife, but the whistleblower. This is the video for the raffle segment. Could you please confirm it for me? He didn't know was that the real video comes after 3 minutes of standard defension footage. 87's report is in the second half. Password protected. The password is last 4 down on the sound technician's phone number. I thought why calling him pretending to be a staff member company needed to confirm equipment information. Just the daily routine of private investigator. Sign, but not breaking the flaw.
Madam, Mr. Davis will be arriving an hour late. He asked me to attend to the guests in the meantime.
All right.
So you've
7
been
o'clock.
through this, that you're more
Davis's
qualified
empty
than
seat
anyone
reminds
else.
me he hasn't arrived yet. But I'll wait. I've waited this long. 1 more hour doesn't matter.
Thank you all for your hard work over the past year.
Now comes the part we've all been looking forward to the most. The prizes this year are incredibly generous. The first prize is round-trip business class tickets to Europe for 2 people. The second prize is a weekend suite at the Four Seasons Hotel, and the third prize is a mysterious gift. Let's play the Lucky Dream Draw Rules video first.
What's going on?
Shut it off! Right now!
No,
Davis.
oh no, no.
All the evidence in the report, I checked page by page. Your mobile phone, your email, your bank account, your business trip itinerary. You think you are hiding well, but you forgot. Your wife is a private detective.
Why are you doing this?
Because you need to be stopped.
Mr. Davis Carter, you are suspected of involvement in transnational counterfeit smuggling, fraud, and money laundering. Please cooperate with our investigation.
Because I can't let my son know when he grows up that his mother, knowing that his father was lying, pretend not to see it. My name is May Donovan. I am his wife, and also the writer of this report. I am not a hero, I am just a woman who can no longer pretend. The dinner party came to an end, and I returned to my empty house alone. The son's room was pitch black, with toys scattered all over the floor. All of Davis's belongings are still here, yet he has vanished. It wasn't that he passed away. His true identity was exposed. Archive the letters. The password is my son's birthday. This city is never short of lies. I have seen the darkest depths of the world, yet I will keep living well. Love cannot be a pass for lies. Mom missed you, so she came back early.
What about Dad? Does Dad miss me too? Mom! Why are you here? I thought you were on a business trip!
Mom missed you, so she came back early.
What about Dad? Does Dad miss me too?
Dad has gone on a business trip to a faraway place and won't be back for a long time.
How long?
For a long time.
What should I do when I miss him?
Call your mom. She will stay with you. I looked at his smiling face and thought to myself, keep smiling. Mom will work hard to keep that smile on your face forever. Even if Dad isn't around, you will never lack love.
He has been engaged in this business for 5 years.
He has a terrible memory and hasn't remembered this matter for 7 years. Email backups, location logs, bank transaction records, call logs, and hotel registration information. All original documents.
How did you get these?
He uses my iCloud account on his phone and forgot to unlink it. He has a terrible memory and hasn't remembered this matter for 7 years.
This is his biggest oversight.
It wasn't an oversight. He simply never thought I would check up on him. That's his second careless mistake.
Ms. Donovan, this case covers a wide range of parties. Davis is merely one link in South Asia, whilst downstream are buyers spread across more than a dozen countries worldwide.
As a middleman, he earns a commission of 10 to 20% on each transaction. He has been engaged in this business for 5 years, handling sums exceeding 200 million US dollars.
I know. I have already seen the names of those buyers. When I saw the names of those buyers in court, a strange feeling welled up inside me. It was not because they were innocent, but because they were just like you and me. They had trusted someone who seemed credible. How could a senior executive of an auction house possibly sell counterfeits? The more something seems impossible to be fake, the more thoroughly fraudulent it usually is.
Ms. Donovan, over here!
I've channeled all that energy into other things.
Your Honor, my client wishes to enter a plea of guilty to all charges.
The court hearing lasted for some time. Davis pleaded guilty instead of not guilty. His attorney stated that this was to seek a lighter sentence. But I know he did not confess out of a guilty conscience. The evidence was simply overwhelming, making denial pointless. He has always been a pragmatic man.
May, I'm sorry. Tell Mike that Dad loves him from me.
This court sentences the defendant to 12 years in federal prison and a fine of $5 million US.
The day of the verdict arrived. The judge sentenced Davis to 12 years in prison and ordered him to pay a fine of $5 million US. He did not look back as the bail-soffs led him away. I watched his figure vanish behind the door. By the time he gets out, my son will be 17, already a legal adult.
Ms. Donovan, over here! Do you hate your husband?
Hatred takes energy. I've channeled all that energy into other things.
Where?
Raise my son. I quit my job as a private investigator. It wasn't because I couldn't keep going, but because I realized I'd uncovered far too many lies. May, are you really going to close the firm? It's not shutting down. It's a pause. I need some time to learn how to trust frame people again. I quit my job as a private investigator. It wasn't because I couldn't keep going, but because I realized I'd uncovered far too many lies. I needed to step back and relearn how to trust people, not for anyone else, but for my son. If he saw his mother suspecting everything, he would grow up too afraid to trust anyone at all.
Mom, why are we moving?
Because Mom wants to live somewhere closer to your school.
Oh.
I moved to a small apartment in Brooklyn with my son. It wasn't because I was short of money, but because I needed a change of scenery. When my son asked why we were moving, I told him, Mommy wants to live closer to your school. He didn't suspect a thing. A 7-year-old boy still doesn't know what a lie is. I started writing, not investigative reports, but stories. I write letters only for myself, never publishing them. Writing is how I heal my wounds. Every passage is like a thread, stitching the broken pieces back together. But we can wait for him.
Mom, when will Dad come back?
It will still take a long time.
Does he still like me?
He will always like you. He just made a mistake and needs to make amends there.
Can he fix it well?
I don't know, but we can wait for him.
Mom, Dad has lied to lots of people. Is he a bad person?
A person who does something bad is not necessarily a bad person. But when he committed those evil deeds, he was a bad person. We can give him a chance to make amends, but we cannot erase what he has done for him.
Thank you for your letter.
I am writing to apologize. I know you bought fake antiques. I also know that you may never recover that money. But this letter is not to ask for money. I am writing to apologize.
As his wife, I apologize to you all on behalf of my husband. After a while, I did something bold. I contacted the buyers who were defrauded by Davis. Not all of them, just a few that I could reach. I wrote letters to them. Most buyers did not reply, but one person replied.
Ms. May, you are not the one who cheated me. You are merely the swindler's wife. It's as if I'm not a victim, merely a greedy collector. But I don't hate you. Thank you for stopping me from being deceived any longer.
It's not because I feel wronged, but because he finally made me realize not everyone who has been scammed will vent their anger on the whistleblower. Some people will thank you for stopping them from being cheated further. Doctor, thank you for your letter. You mentioned wanting to donate that fake artifact to the museum. I can help you get in touch with them. After that, I gained another identity. I was no longer merely a whistleblower. He is also a truth teller who exposes lies. It's just that I have nothing to say to him. Davis wrote me a letter from prison. It's not for my son. It's for me. I read the letter through once, then put it into a document bag. I have no intention of replying to the letter. It's not because I'm still angry. It's just that I have nothing to say to him. This is the most thorough farewell. It's not out of hatred, but because there's nothing left to say. Yet I know this letter is not the end. When Mike grows older, he will want to meet his father. On that day, I need to get well prepared. But about love, you'll be fine. Later, I published a You'll be fine. It's not shameful to get tricked once. What's shameful is staying even after being fooled. After the book signing that day, I sat at my desk, gazing out the window at Manhattan. That night years ago, I played a video in the banquet hall of the Four Seasons Hotel. It ruined my husband's career and my 7-year marriage. I thought that was the darkest moment of my life. But looking back now, that was the starting point of my new beginning. Grandpa!
May I come in? Has he grown taller?
It's taller. It grew several inches last year.
May I see him? May, I came here today to tell you something. I bear responsibility for what Davis has done. What I teach is not trickery, yet the line defining integrity is blurry. He crossed the line, and I couldn't stop him. You didn't do anything wrong. If I were you, I might have done the same thing. I'm just not as brave as you are.
Grandpa! This scene made me realize that some bonds can never be broken by deception.
Thank you for coming.
What are you going to tell me?
I want to apply for a sentence reduction. If the application approved, I will be released next year.
Then what?
Then I want to meet Mike. I want to see what he looks like when he grows up.
You can't see him unless he's willing. I can't make this decision for him.
I didn't come to beg for your forgiveness. I just wanted to tell you that I might get out next year. You don't have to avoid me.
My life has moved far ahead. After you get out, you need to follow your own path.
All along the way, I kept pondering one question. After a person has done something wrong, how many years of atonement would be enough? But here's my take. The day you stop lying to yourself is the day you've atoned enough. I don't know if Davis has learned it.
Mom, I don't know how to ask.
Mike, Dad might get out next summer. Mike, Dad might get out next summer.
Oh.
Don't you want to ask something?
Mom, I don't know how to ask. I haven't seen him since I was 6 years old. Do you want me to go see him?
No. When you feel like seeing someone, you will naturally want to meet them.
He has grown up. He has learned to make decisions on his own. This is the best gift I can give him.
Go ahead. Whenever you want to come back, just call me. How was it?
He's old.
Who doesn't grow old?
But he wasn't the dad I imagined. In my mind, he was tall and impressive. But he was just ordinary. Not impressive, not tall, just an ordinary person.
How can you tell who has truly changed for the better?
But getting better isn't just a single sentence, it's a lifelong journey.
Come in. He is unreliable, and his watch is... Good night, Mom.
Good night.
You look exhausted. I have a pot of tea here.
He would take me to browse secondhand bookstores on weekends. That autumn, I met someone. His name was Lucas, an art restorer. We crossed paths over a case. He was tasked with restoring a damaged painting, while I was in charge of verifying its authenticity. He was the quiet type, a man of few words, yet everything he said hit authenticity. He had an unerring eye for art, but seemed to lack discernment when it came to people. When he looked at me, there was no wariness of this woman is not someone to mess with in his gaze.
Are you tired?
Only gentle curiosity. What?
You look exhausted. I have a pot of tea here. It's not high-quality tea, but it's hot.
It's really not good tea, but it's hot. We started dating. It wasn't the kind of love that bursts with overwhelming passion, but the gentle companionship that flows steadily through time. He would take me to browse secondhand bookstores on weekends, bring food to my office when I worked overtime, and listen quietly whenever I talked about Davis without judgment or interruption.
I want to help those who have been defrauded, just like how you assist people who bought counterfeits.
My path is to uncover lies, while his path is to stop them.
When I was little, my father was away from home. My mother raised me all by herself. She never spoke ill of my father to me, nor did she ever stop me from missing him. She gave me the greatest freedom, the freedom to decide how I feel about my father, and the freedom to choose how I live my life. Thank you, Mom.
He expressed his gratitude to me, his mother. What do you want to learn?
The law. I want to help those who have been defrauded, just like how you assist people who bought counterfeits.
My path is to uncover lies, while his path is to stop them. This is something far greater.
Young woman majoring in art history. There are family members, friends, laughter, and the aroma of soup. That Christmas, Mike brought Emily home. She was a quiet young woman majoring in art history. She talked with Lucas about restoration materials for 3 hours while I simmered soup in the kitchen.
Mom, do you like her?
She's great. She has better taste than your dad.
Of course. I'm smarter than her.
This is a kind of life I have never experienced. Not perfect, but complete. There are family members, friends, laughter, and the aroma of soup.
You're a lawyer now.
A prosecutor specializing in art fraud cases.
You're doing the same thing your mother did, just in a different way.
Yes. She used investigation. I used the law. We're doing the same thing.
Stopping lies.
Dad, I don't hate you, but I won't make excuses for you either.
I know. You're like your mother.
He's an adult now. He needs to learn to handle grief on his own. He's no longer the boy who needed to rest his head on my shoulder. He's his own person. That winter, Lucas and I went to Florence. Not a honeymoon, a working vacation. We stayed in Florence for 2 weeks. Every morning we went to the market for groceries. At noon we ate pasta in the alleyways. And in the evenings we watched the sunset from the apartment balcony. Lucas, do you believe in perfection?
I don't. Perfection is a lie. But wholeness is real.
On our last day in Florence, we went to the Uffizi Gallery. I stood in front of a painting for a long time. Her posture doesn't conform to human proportions. Her neck is too long, her shoulders too slought. But she is still beautiful, because she is real. Real things don't need to be perfect.
We need a consultant with Deere. This isn't official. I paid for it. Miss Donovan, we're investigating an international art smuggling ring. The operation model bears striking similarities to the one Davis was involved in years ago. We need a consultant with deep expertise in forgers.
I'm
not sure I can do this. I'll do my best to remain professional, but I can't guarantee that I won't bring my feelings about him into the investigation.
I'm
Ms.
happy
Donovan,
to
it's
make
precisely
time
because you've been
for
through
your
this that you're more
feelings.
qualified than anyone
But
else.
you have to admit, I already do.
Do you feel ready?
Let's just break.
Then give it a try. If it doesn't work, step back. Without you, it would have taken us at least another year. This isn't official. I paid for it myself.
I hung the medal on my office wall, next to my son's photo, my mother's photo, and my father's press credential from when he was a young journalist. These faces hanging together, like a small ancestral shrine. Not a shrine of blood, but a shrine of values. Later, I made a decision. A foundation focused on art buyer education. I would continue doing identification work, but no longer alone. I would lead a team, train newcomers, and pass on what I'd learned over the past 20 years to more people. Look here. Da Ming Shundan Yanzhi. On Fashinip Shujen Portson, the character da does not have the extra horizontal stroke. Most forgeries on the market add it. A single stroke marks the difference between real and fake. Elena taught me this. Now I'm teaching it to you. On the day I gave up the old office, I stood in the empty room for a long time. The outline of the mind map I'd made for the Davis Hace was still faintly visible on the wall. I stood before it and took a photo, not to keep, but to say goodbye. I handed the keys to the building manager and walked out. The sound of the door closing behind me was not loud, but it was clear.
Lucas asked me what birthday gift I wanted. No regrets. That autumn I turned 60. Lucas asked me what birthday gift I wanted. I said, I want you to come with me on a boat trip out to sea. He agreed.
We rented a small sailboat one weekend, set off from Long Island, and drifted on the Atlantic Ocean for 2 days.
What are you thinking about?
I was thinking about many years ago when I stood in the banquet hall of the Four Seasons Hotel and played that video.
Then what?
Then my life changed. It turned out better than I imagined.
Do you regret it?
No regrets. Regret is never an option in my life.
All done.
It's not a fairy tale ending.
My husband said it was passed down from his grandfather and is a work by a famous artist. But I'm not sure. I don't care if it's valuable. I just want to know if it's authentic.
It doesn't matter if the painting isn't real. All that matters is the genuine memories.
Finished all your work for today?
All done.
Let's have dinner.
Okay.
My life never turned into a fairy tale. The prince lied, and the princess never came to save him. It's not a fairy tale ending, but this is the truth. And truth is the most precious word I took so many years to learn.
My name is May Donovan. I've been a war correspondent, a private investigator, a whistleblower, a mother, and a woman still working at 60. My life didn't begin with happily ever after. It began with from now on I choose the truth. And the truth never disappoints you. And once you're used to it, you realize loneliness only makes you lonely.
That winter, I opened the first page of this file. Location records, email correspondence, bank transfers, identification reports, that restaurant receipt. The final page was the conclusion I wrote back then. Davis Carter's reclamation was a choice.
Tomorrow there will be new cases. There will be new lies to expose. There will be new truths to uncover. My work has no end, and I don't need it to. Because every time I find a truth, it's like restoring a broken piece of porcelain. It doesn't go back to what it was, but it can still exist. And existing, that's the greatest meaning of all.
That old maple tree is still there. I'm still here. And there's still work tomorrow. This is my ever after.